Hi, Sarah Manna.
Hi, are we not supposed to meet now? It's 12:30.
Yeah, I just kind of refreshed thinking then. ஏன்ல ஏதாச்சும் டெக்னிக்கல் எரரான்னு பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தேன். இன்னொன்னு வந்துட்டு இருக்கேன், இன்னொன்னு வந்துட்டு இருக்கேன். Okay. No, I literally just restarted thinking that why, like, nobody has started or restarted my phone and my laptop also.
Okay. Hey, this thing is recording. I think you can stop recording.
Yes, okay. I guess I'll just pause it after that.
शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये अगजा आनन पद्मार्कं गजानन महर्निशम् अनेकदन्तं भक्तानाम् एकदन्तमुपास्महे एकदन्तम् उपास्महे पाहि गजानन दीनावना पाहि गजानन दीनावना सिन्दूरवदना श्रितजनपालना सिन्दूरवदना श्रितजनपालना पाहि गजानन दीनावना अंबिकतनया अमराधीश्वर अंबिकतनया अमराधीश्वर अगणित गुणगण आनन्ददायक अगणित गुणगण आनन्ददायक पाहि गजानन दीनावना
Our most humble and loving pranams to our beloved Swami. Sai Ram. Welcome everyone to the most awaited Retreat of the Year Malaysia National Young Adult Virtual Retreat 2020. My name is Brother Divinesh.
And I am Sohana, and we will be your virtual MCs for today.
First and foremost, a kind reminder to everyone. For the best virtual experience, please have your names amended as per your invitation if you haven't done so. Click on full screen, and the chat room is available for inquiries to the host. And since it is a virtual retreat, Sister Sohana, do post up your selfies on social media using hashtag reflect and recharge SciYA. That is hashtag reflect and recharge SciYA. Thank you to everyone who's dedicated precious time on a Saturday to join us here. After a year of continuous Zoom calls, I promise you, this is going to be different. We hope everyone is doing great and safe as we continue to battle this global pandemic. Despite a challenging year, we sure have learned that staying home saves lives. So thank you to everyone who's contributed to the safety of your family and nation.
All right, so now to kick off for our retreat, please join me in welcoming our President of Satisai International Organization of Malaysia, Brother Sugumaran, who is better known as Uncle Sugu to all of us. So let's sit back and listen to Uncle Sugu.
Om Sri Sai Ram, my dear youth. Firstly, I would like to thank Brother Prasad, the young adult leader of Malaysia, for inviting me to this virtual retreat of the Young Adult 2020. Congratulations to all of y'all, especially the organizing committee, led by Dr. Satya, its advisor, Brother Vijay Dore, and all the committee members for working very hard to realize this virtual retreat. The theme of this retreat is reflect and recharge. So, reflect as to why we need to reflect and why recharge. When you reflect, meaning being within yourself, being with yourself in silence, and answers will emerge from within you. You will be then recharged to face your everyday life. You will be able to carry out the mission, the objectives of your everyday living. And finally, you will realize your mission. To be efficient and to be effective, connection with the source is important. When I say the source, it's none other than Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. He is our guide and our God. So it is important for us to be very mindful of His presence, especially within us. God in reality signifies light, which is present in all beings. Our ancients have described God as the source of light, effulgence and radiance. We are many times stranded when we need to hear the word of command, when we need to feel a guiding hand. Thus, keeping in touch with Him, Swami, is important. He knows His work. We can only try to make ourselves a fitting instrument in His hands. Dear youth, it is a great loss when we miss any opportunity to serve Him. We impoverish or enrich ourselves by the way we take advantage of our opportunities. Too often, carelessness and indifference cheats us of our blessings, and we give up in discouragement. Sai Ram, dear youth, do not waste your time. As Swami has said, start early, drive slowly, you will reach safely. Do not say, I shall wait until tomorrow. Do it today. Who knows what awaits us tomorrow? With these words, again, I wish you all the best and enjoy this young adult virtual retreat, reflecting and recharging. Jai Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. Thank you so much, Uncle Sugu, for a beautiful opening message. Resonating on this year's theme, reflect and recharge, Sister Sohana. Reflect, being with yourself and within yourself in silence, and recharge to face your everyday life. And now I'm sure you are as super excited as I am to find out about all the fun-filled excitement in store for us. Did I just use excite twice in one sentence?
Yes, you did. Oh my God. I'm sure I know how excited you are now.
Okay, moving on. I'm so excited, guys. See what I did there? To introduce a very special person to everyone, brothers and sisters. Please put your hands together and join me in welcoming Brother Prasad, Malaysia's National Young Adult Coordinator.
Om Shri Sairam, dear Swami. We, the Sai Young Adults of Malaysia, are here today to offer our love at your lotus feet. Dearest brothers and sisters of Malaysia Sai Young Adults, Om Shri Sai Ram. 2020 might have 2020 stories for us to talk about, but now we are only going to talk about 12-12. Yes, a day obviously special for some reason, but it is going to be extra special on this 12-12-2020. First ever virtual National Young Adults Retreat. It means a lot to me personally as National Young Adults Coordinator because of the very objective of this retreat, to address and to conquer the new norm as Satya Sai Young Adults. We are Bhagavan Sai Baba's children that have been entrusted to lead this golden age of Sai by the Lord of Universe. All of you are amazing young adults because within 48 hours of the survey being released for this retreat, we had 168 feedbacks which the entire organizing team had to work on. Thank you to all those feedbacks. This shows how much we all miss each other as Sai family to meet soonest, and today we are gathered virtually by blessings of Sai. Special thanks to the entire organizing team for working day and night to make this happen. This could be the shortest period of a national program preparation with varieties of program in the menu today. Obviously, we miss the best part of our physical camps those days, meet and mingle with our fellow brothers and sisters. Worry not, because you will get to ask questions in Q&A sessions and chat with others during the break. To address many of your burning questions and concerns, we have an amazing forum with professional panelists on the main topics that you feedback to us. Majority of you also have asked for comedy shows, and guess what? We have series of comedy scenes, premium show just for you. Also not forgetting some interesting games like crossword puzzle to challenge your sharp intellect. We understand that all of us are still struggling to adopt the new norm and tired with endless online meetings and classes. Just to tackle on that aspect, we have a yoga master live telecast all the way from India later on. We also received some scavenger hunt videos from you that shows how much of creativity is loaded in you. To experience more of your creativity, we have design thinking session comes your way to allow your inspiration and motivation to be crafted at this critical hour of the world. Daily dilemmas of ourselves as the Sai young adults in the middle of complex lifestyle and society is always debatable. Wait a minute, did I just say debate? Oh yes, among the top requests was debate, and we promise you a controversial debate that will eventually cleanse your dilemmas with clarity of Sai message for you and us. Dear brothers and sisters, buckle up your seatbelt because the universal class driver Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba is going to take you on a ride of first ever virtual National Young Adults Retreat to reflect and recharge, powered by Sai. Jai Sai Ram.
Oh God, Thank you so much, Brother Prasad. That was quite an
Wow.
inspiring start.
Indeed.
Wow, bro, I really don't know about you, but I am so ready to get started with the first session for
Sister,
the
I'm
day,
feeling it. Feeling it.
right? So let's get right into it and officially beginning our first session. I hope you guys are ready, just as excited as we are to begin our session. So without further delay, can we introduce to you Brother Vijay Dorai and the amazing panelists. Brother Vijay Dorai, over to you.
Saira, my humble pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Respected elders, dearest brothers and sisters, Sairam, and welcome to the first item in this first ever virtual National Young Adult Retreat entitled Reflect and Recharge. Before we start, I want to ask all of you to just relax, breathe in, breathe out, open your minds and enjoy what is to come. We have all struggled with the new normal. And the truth is, it is not normal at all. Me seeing you through this computer screen is not normal. And so we talk about it, we reflect on it, and we recharge. And once we are able to come to an acceptance, we can rise above it. So to that end, it gives me a great honor and pride to be hosting this forum, discussing this very relevant and important topic, spiritual richness. How to be connected to Swami in career and education. This is a truly democratic forum. Actually, the entire program is democratic in that you chose the topics through the survey given to you, as Prasad mentioned in the speech. We listened and we fashioned everything to fit your desire. And you will be given a chance to ask questions throughout the forum, okay? So when the forum starts, you have the chat box and look for the co-host whose name is Harry, H-A-R-Y. So it'll be written as C-H-A-R-Y. Now, any questions you have as the forum goes on, you can actually ask the questions to Harry. And at the end of the forum, I will allocate about 10 minutes to pick maybe 2 to 4 questions that are very relevant from you to ask the panelists. Okay, so please remember that H-A-R-Y, Harry is who you write your questions to. Okay, so we are going to discuss this very relevant topic, spiritual richness, and feel free to ask the questions as I mentioned. Now, without further ado, let me introduce the panelists for today. I'm so excited about this. The first panelist, and if we can have the slide with their faces there so everybody can see. Panelist 1 is Sister Sitpa Selvaratnam, or Auntie Sitpa to a lot of you. She is such a wonderful, she's a legend in Malaysia, okay? She's a practicing maritime commercial law as an advocate and solicitor in Malaysia for 30 years and sitting as an international arbitrator for over 10 years. She's ranked on the Hall of Fame for shipping in Malaysia by the Asia Pacific Legal 500, an international publication that ranks and rates lawyers. And guess what? Hers is the only name in the category. How awesome is that? And she's appointed as one of the 2 persons representing Malaysia as a court member of the International Court of Arbitration of the International Chamber of Commerce based in Paris. She's one of the 4 persons representing Malaysia to the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague, in Netherlands. This is the best part, she led the team of lawyers for the arrest and sale of the super yacht Equanimity in 2018, from which $126 million was recovered under the 1MDB scandal for the government of Malaysia. In Sai work, she's been involved in parent care team for 16 years, but Swami has been in her life for over 40 years. In the past 3 years, she has led the parent care as a living skills program, and she has reached out to the young adults aged between 20 to 35. She's still a very relevant leader among all the young adults. And the last sentence is from her, and it shows the humility that she has, right? Swami has guided me every step of my adult life. I often wonder how people manage life without a Swami. So please join me in welcoming Sister Sitpa or Auntie Sitpa. Akka, you can switch on your video and your audio. Would you like to say something?
Sai Ram, I'm just so thrilled and pleased to be here. What a privilege to be part of this youth retreat. I can feel your energy, the vibrancy of it. I just look forward to sharing this next hour with you. I wish I could hug you all. I can't. Just imagine, like someone told me recently, there's a blanket around you, and that's me hugging you. We'll be with you shortly. Sai Ram.
Amazing, Akka. Thank you so much. All right, now for our second panelist is Brother Tishan Gunasegaran. Tishan is a medical doctor at Hospital Teluk Intan. He graduated from Masa University and is the recipient of the Chancellor's Gold Medal Award. Currently, he's pursuing his master's in business administration in hospital management. He currently serves as the regional focal point for humanitarian affairs in Southeast and Central Asia under the United Nations Major Group for Children and Youth. Regionally, he also serves as the country director for Malaysia for ASEAN Youth Organization, which is an organization that aims to create a space where youths exhibit a heightened interest on ASEAN by engagement and empowerment. He is also the country ambassador for Asia Pacific Youth Service. In the SAI organization, Tishan is also the National Teen Youth Transition Coordinator for the Sri Sathya Sai International Organization in Malaysia. His goal in life is to create awareness to everyone that education is important and wants to strive further to make quality education accessible to the disadvantaged. He also believes that it is merely futile to fill ourselves with education without knowing its purpose, as the end of education is character, and education without character is unavailing. Please join me in welcoming Brother Tishan. Brother, a few words from you.
Sai Ram, Jai Sai Ram. Humble pranams at the lotus feet of Swami. First of all, I would like to thank the entire organizing committee for giving me this opportunity. At beginning, I don't know whether I would be able to make it, but I really tried and I got the opportunity. So I'm really looking forward to share and to learn also from everyone here. Thanks.
Wonderful, Brother Sai Ram. Thank you very much. So, brothers and sisters, respected elders, this is our two panelists. If you notice, we have an extremely successful lawyer. We have an extremely inspirational doctor. So it is only fair if there is an engineer in the mix, and that is me, Vijay, your moderator. I'm an engineer, and we hope you enjoy this holy trinity of the Indian households for the next hour or so of discussion. We're going to make it fun. We're going to make it relevant. So join us in this. And don't forget, one last time I'll suggest, please write in any questions you have as we go on by 2:30, hopefully, so that Harry, H-A-R-Y, write it to him so that he can compile and send it to me for me to ask the panelists after this. Okay, Brother Tishan and Sister Sitpa, let's start. I want to start off with spirituality as a basis of choosing my educational path and my career path, right? We often categorize our lives into parts. My personal life is here, my career is here, and my Sai life is here. Now look at that, Swami is right over here, right? And when we compartmentalize in this way, most considerations we make in parts of our life misses out on the fundamental spiritual angle, right? Sometimes we make decisions in career and education without considering the spirituality part of it because we think it's separate. So I want to ask you a few questions on the role of spirituality in your education and career and how that has impacted you. So maybe Sister Sitpa first, what role does spiritual connectedness to Swami play in your career of choice?
So, brother, the simple answer is it's a huge role. Yeah. To me, spirituality is the foundation of every decision, everything I do. It is the essence of existence. We are all spirit, but we appear as matter. So we have to straddle this form of body that's infused with spirit, with zest. And spirituality, therefore, gives us an understanding of how this form and this spirit can work in harmony in its optimum state of being. So what does that translate to? It translates into a constant dialogue with Swami. So the body is talking to my higher self, Swami, all the time through the mind. Yeah. Maybe it wasn't always like this. Maybe when I was 18, it wasn't. But I can tell you by default, my career choice was guided by Swami. And at that stage, I don't know about spirit and I don't know about form. All I knew that there was a Swami, and I surrendered in faith, and everything worked out for me. So that would be my short answer, brother.
Thanks so much, Akash. That's really deep, and I think along the way we want to be able to grasp what you mean by this, the soul and our body is just a vessel taking it. How do I keep connection to the soul? And you rightly pointed out that it is through the mind that you have that conversation. But a lot of times, I think the youth have this noise in the mind, and we don't know which is the voice of the soul, and we don't know which is the voice of your mind itself playing tricks with you, right? So is there ways in which you have always tried to quieten the noise and listen more to the soul?
Absolutely. I mean, it doesn't come without some level of effort. And that effort includes learning the process of quietening the mind and learning how to surrender. When you surrender and the ego is taking a back step, then that's that silence and that space and that pause where you can hear the inner voice of Swami. Yeah. But there can be no surrender without faith. So it's all interconnected.
Right. Excellent. All right. So over to you, Brother Tishan, then. In that opening introduction I made of you, and it was written by you spoke a lot about purpose. Everyone with education should also be searching for that sense of purpose. And purpose is often described as the holy grail of life, right? The reason for existence is actually searching for some kind of meaning or purpose to our lives. How did being connected to Swami, or how did Swami help in defining and refining your purpose as you went from your education to whatever the work that you do now?
Okay, actually, there's a lot for me to share, but just to start off, actually, Swami did not help me to define anything. He actually defined it for me. Just to share, when I was 15, I actually wanted to become a pilot. This was like when I was still schooling. So after I finished school, I applied for medical checkup and all that. Almost everything was sorted, and I was supposed to go with a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine. So both were supposed to go. And at that point of time, my grandma got ill, and she was admitted. And at that point of time, there were a lot of pilots without a job. It was a crisis for pilots at that point in time. And both my mom and grandma wasn't really happy, that that's what I wanted. And apparently that friend who actually came for medical checkup with me, he had some color blindness, so he was unable to proceed. So again, my mother was like, okay, this guy's not going, so you're not going to go there alone, and da. So that happened, and I was left with no choice. And honestly, I didn't know what to do. So I was really clueless. So I made application to med school. So when I made application to med school, I knew what was I getting myself into. And I'll just share with you how Swami, even yesterday something happened. I will share. So then my first day of anatomy lab, that was in my first year. I think it was the third day of medical school. So all of us are new, and we entered the medical. He was our first anatomy lab, and there was his anatomy manager. He was a professor. So he was this guy with an afro. Okay, his name is Professor Mahalingam. Very nice man. So we entered, and he was, before the class started, he was just talking to us. It was in his room, and we were just talking to him and everything. So there was a door, and I entered the room, and there was three, four students, including me, talking to him, and he was just talking how's the university and da. So and then he told us to close the door. So I was standing at the back. So I just closed the door. So when I closed the door, I saw a huge picture of Swami behind the door. Like literally a huge picture of Swami behind the door. And my hands all started trembling, and I was like, okay, these are small hints that Swami is showing me that, okay, you're in the right place and I'm here. Do not worry. And when I applied to med school, I was still contemplating whether what I got myself into, whether will I be able to do it. I know the next 5 years is going to be tough, but he just gives me small hints like this that, do not worry, I'm here. So just a few days back, yesterday actually, first few days back, I was here in Teluk Intan hospital, and I was at the printing room. So I was photostating, and there was this auntie who was, she's a cleaner, and she told me she asked me where am I from, and I told her I'm from KL, and I just got my posting here in Telok Intan. It's been about 4 months, and then she saw this chain. I wear a pendant of Swami, and she said, oh, you're a Sai Baba devotee. Then I said, yes, I'm a Sai Baba devotee. Then she said, oh, then I told her that, I know there's no center in Telok Intan, or there's no bhajan unit in Telok Intan. The nearest would be Ipoh, as far as I'm concerned. And she was like, no, there's a temple, there's a Durga temple in the middle of the estate, and they have Sai Baba statue and Shri Baba's statue there. And then she drew for me the map, like, how do I go? Because it's an estate, you can't use Waze. So that happened a few days ago. And yesterday I thought I'll just go and check, because I was on leave yesterday. So I thought I'll just go and have a look. And I drove through that estate. So I had to go through like a pathway, it was all jungle, dark, and suddenly I see a beautiful temple. It's just a temple, a very small temple surrounded by housing areas. It's in the middle of an estate. So I entered. I was like thinking, should I enter? I was like, just enter, just go pray and just pay a visit and respect and leave. If Swami is there, I'll be very happy. But I just gave it a try. I entered, I prayed, and the moment I prayed at the main deity, I turned to my left and I saw a marble statue of Swami, like a marble statue of Swami. And I had goosebumps and I was like, okay, I think I'm meant to be here and I know you are here with me. So these are small things that, whenever I'm clueless, somehow Swami gives me an answer that, no, don't worry, I'm here. Yeah. So I think, and I'm a person who, it's quite hard for me to meditate. I've tried multiple times and I think, I really can't. So for me, when someone speaks to me about meditation, the only thing I understand about meditation is concentration, is where you calm the monkey mind and you go into one concentration, that one pointedness. So what I have developed over time is, like, in everything I do, I always have him firmly fixed in my mind, so that I know that everything that I do, he's there with me. From the time I wake up, if I wake up late, I was like, Swami, I woke up late, and that's when I rush here and there, and I get. Yeah. So it's like constantly being in contact and. Yeah. Like what Auntie Sitpa was mentioning, that constant dialogue with Swami.
It's fine. Akka is fine.
Yeah, I really like the two points that both of you made. And it's lovely that we started off in the topic of faith, because, I always understood faith as two ways, right? One is the monkey's faith with the parent, and the other is the cat's faith with the parent, where the baby monkey will be holding on to the mother monkey always, right, in faith and being carried along. And then when I listen to Tishan's story, it sounds like the mother cat, where the baby just lies down, the mother, carries the baby cat, the kitten, away. And both of the description of faith in those both senses are so heartwarming, and it's just all about holding on to the Swami in us. And like you correctly pointed out, Swami didn't help me in choosing. Swami chose it for me. That was really nice, very nice. I'm going to move on to the next one, because we already started talking about having faith, surrendering, and having a good sense of purpose from the beginning itself. So I want to move to ambition. A lot of youth, not even youth, right? Since we are very young, we are always drilled in, what do you want to be when you grow up? Everybody asks that question. Ambition is such a buzzword that doesn't leave throughout our childhood, adolescence, and even when we are in college. A lot of people are like, hey, so what are you studying? What do you want to be? What do you want to be? So this ambition thing is such a human force that drives us to succeed. But here's a viewpoint, and let me play the devil's advocate here with both of you, right? Many associate spirituality to the subjugation of ambition. And in that sense, a spiritual person is a sadhu, is a renunciant, is an ascetic living through alms, eyes half closed in contemplation of that which is beyond. The ambitious person is deemed to be very rajasic. A go-getter is power crazy or too lost in materialistic success. These are some of the things that we always talk about. So maybe, Sister Sitpa, in your opinion, is there an error being made with this perspective? Should we be seeing ambition in a different light, which can also be covered within the spiritual realm?
So, brother, again, in short, these are topics that, you can spend whole hours on each one of them. But in short, they are not mutually exclusive. The renunciate and the householder are both equally entitled to the joy and the peace that comes from spirituality. It's just not the prerogative of one, it's for all of us. And when we talk about, and that's what spirituality does, yeah? When we deny spirituality in our lives, we are actually shutting the door to a large part of peace and joy, your own natural joy from inside, and love. So you have that even as a householder, as a go-getter, lawyer, engineer, doctor, whatever, you still have that. It's open to us. So let's look at the definition then of what ambition is and why do people have this, preconception. So I define ambition, and this is how I take it, as being the best version of myself, okay? Being the best human being in body and spirit that I can be, and that is ambition. Right? We have actually misinterpreted it. We're actually all hardwired to constantly strive to pursue a superiority, to be superior. And that's why everyone asks, what's your ambition? Yeah. Are you going to be superior to the next person? Okay. But it's a misunderstanding. We're hardwired from birth to constantly strive for superiority because you first start to crawl and then you walk, then you run, then you talk, and then you sing, and on and on and on. But that is an superiority of ourselves, our inner world, to be a better version and to evolve from what we were yesterday. It is not superiority over another person. That's in the outer world. Okay, superiority over another brings competition, and that happens on the external world because there's duality. But when you go inside yourself, there's only me and I'm the only benchmark. And that is the true superiority. But when we talk about ambition, it's about developing an wholesome ambition. So the best version of myself in all aspects. So I am mother, I am daughter, I was daughter, I am sister, I am mother, lawyer, all of that, Sai, whatever. So there are many facets of me. But when we bring in ambition, it's so important not to focus on one and part of the being that we improve at the expense of the other. It must be a wholesome 360-degree elevation of ourselves at each state, at every part of our being and role. That's true ambition to me, brother.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And when you described it, I can't think of anyone else other than Swami himself. You know, Swami was not an ascetic. Swami was not sadhu walking, asking for alms and just meditating in the Himalayas. Swami was such an exciting personality. Swami was such a successful person. I mean, who can build a super specialty hospital in that time? You know, he led that. Governments couldn't bring water to that villages of India, and he did the water. And you know, he is always proven. Even as we read the Satyam Shivam Sundaram, we can see even the young Swami, what a energetic and powerful person he is. There are chapters and chapters of his travels across India, and even at the end of the day, when everybody is tired, Swami will be up and about, playing pranks with the people, cracking jokes, and full of life and full of growth and spiritual energy is what we wanted to emulate. And you said that really well, Aka. Thank you very much. So Tishan, then for the young adult, right? I mean, you are still a young adult and you just come out of college. How should a young adult think about his goals in life and his ambition in life?
Okay, I think being ambitious is, of course, a very good thing. It drives someone. It drives me. Everyone has ambitions, right? It drives me to go further, to keep going and do more. But I think that ambition that we have in ourselves should be of the right purpose, the right objective, or the right mindset. Right purpose in the sense that, okay, now let's say, okay, me having an ambition to become a doctor, for an example, which I didn't have, but it should be of the right objective or right mindset, not for the fame or not for my self-satisfaction or not for my self-happiness. It should be to transform lives or to cure or something that's very not self-centered. So to me, I think a goal that is not self-centered, without deluding ourselves into the belief that possessing that goal will give me fame or will make me happy or will give me only satisfaction or whatever that we call it. I think for me that is true ambition.
Awesome, yeah. And you know, for reading from your biodata, you seem to be a living personification of this, and it's really inspirational. I think, I'm sure, for everyone listening to see that, you know, there is actually a lot of opportunity for us now to have the right kind of ambition rooted in, as you pointed out, you know, how can I be of value to people? How can I bring help to others? You know, and as we go in that path, obviously everything else comes to us. And I'm reminded of what Swami also said about the four aspects of human life, right? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. And it's nicely put in a way that your Artha, your accumulation of wealth should always be in a dharmic way. And the only thing that you should have for Kama, your desire, it should be for Moksha. So I think that is really sums up what you are saying. And when we start off in our early life in education and career with that in mind, I think we can be very not just successful but also happy and joyful people. Thank you for those answers. Now I'm going to go straight into now that we've passed choosing our education and career, we've passed ambition. Now we are already in it. We are in this really fast-paced life these days, right? This every year, you know, brings so much more connectivity, so much more technology, and things are so much more fast-paced now. Everybody wants so much growth. But we also in the Sai organization talk about upholding our dharmic duty. You know, a quote by John Steinbeck comes to mind, a famous writer. And in one of his books, Cannery Row, he actually said, "It has always seemed strange to me that the things that we admire in humans, things like kindness, generosity, openness, honesty, understanding, and feeling, are the concomitants of failure in our system. And those traits that we detest, sharpness, greed, acquisitiveness, meanness, egotism, and self-interest, are the traits of success. And while humans admire the quality of the first, they love the produce of the second." It's a very powerful statement that we all know that we admire the quality of kindness, generosity, openness, but we celebrate people who are self-interested, are mean, are egoistic, because their outcome is what we define as success. So this is startling, because we also read books and watch documentaries about successful people. We see that they are all ruthless people, they're self-obsessed people, and they neglect kindness. So it is such a conundrum, right? And for someone who is very successful in your profession, Sister Sitpa, we've always heard about profitability at all costs, relentless growth, beating the competition. You know, these are all the textbook requirements to make it in life, to be a success. But how do we introduce the dharmic duty into the equation without losing out on success? We don't want to be, oh, I'm all dharmic, but I'm not successful in the eyes of people. How can we shift this to say that being dharmic is the way to success, as you have shown in your life?
Okay, brother, this one, you got me really going. Okay, I feel really passionate about this. And I do not agree with that statement that was said. And I think that is the very stereotyping going on in the world that has been the downfall. It has bred greed and has led to exploitation and corruption. So the more we people who know of spirituality, can break that mold, the better the world would be. So why do I say that? Because I say that they're not mutually exclusive. Sure, the people who are ruthless seem successful because it is externally quantified and it's capable of external quantification. But the kindness, the gentleness, the compassion are internal, and they're qualitative, not quantitative, and not so easily measured, and probably bypassed all the time. But that doesn't mean that the ruthless is superior or more successful than the one who is kind. And actually what we should be striving for is values together with success. And that's what Sai is all about. That's what all of our educare is about. So I disagree with that statement to begin with. In fact, I just let you know that I had one of the major rows in my family with my husband in our 27 years of marriage over Monopoly. We were playing Monopoly during MCO. And we got into a huge row because in monopoly, you can confiscate property of another. And if that person is really down and out, I was in tears, literally, that would be right. But that's capitalism for you. So just to take it to extreme, I think it's an easy trap to fall for because it's the herd mentality. It is the normal mentality. So what is required is courage to fight against the norm. And why do I say we have to fight against the norm? It's because of this. You will subscribe to that view if you believe that it's the survival of the fittest. There's a world of duality out there. I have to be better than the next. But if you come from a premise that we're all one, we are all within Swami, not Swami in us, but we are within Swami, and we are all one, then we go back to pursuit of our individual superiority, individual rise, individual ambition to be the best that we can be. I may be a kidney and brother may be a heart. I cannot be out there trying to say I'm better than the heart. We're all part of that same body. And the more we can appreciate that, then we go in search of what is my true purpose. We glossed over it at the beginning, but that is so critical. Every one of us has an individual purpose. I'm a kidney, say, or brother's a heart, but that purpose I must find. And when I find that purpose, and it's quite easy, and we can discuss that if we need to, once you get that purpose, at every point in life, you're asking, is this my duty? I'm earnestly searching for my duty to perform that duty. And when you do that, your dharmic purpose falls in line. You really stand up to be counted as that cog in the universal wheel, and then you're vibrating in unison with everything else. Why will that be a failure? Why do you have to be gullible? You will not be gullible. When you're tuned into your higher self, when you are there vibrating with divinity of oneness, you will know when to be tough, when to be compassionate, to have love with law. That's what Swami always said. Love with law, not always love and being beaten up, or law and be ruthless, but both together at the same time. And if everyone could do that, learn how to be love with law, and it's a tall order. It's not easy. It's not easy. But if you have that, that is the perfect equation for this world. Brother.
Amazing, Akka, amazing. We could feel that energy, feel the truth coming out of you. And I really liked how you said, it should never be about the survival of the fittest in the sense in the outside world, and we should never be in competition with one another, but in competition with how can I be a better human being. And I remember reading also that all the species leading up to humankind will be survival of the fittest, because the slowest deer will get eaten by the fastest cheetah or the lion or tiger, right? But when it comes to human beings, it's the survival of the kindest, and that's why we are called humankind. And that's really nicely resonated in what you said. Thank you so much. Tishan, now over to you. You are a very busy man, as I found out trying to get you for this panel discussion. You are, as we know, most young doctors are, and you already hold so many other positions on top of what you're doing. So I wanted to ask you something a bit more practical. What are some simple practical tricks that you use in your life to keep you connected? Because you mentioned just now, meditation doesn't work for you. That is an interesting comment. So what is it that you do to keep yourself connected and grounded in the dharmic path amidst all these sounds and noise that you go through in your super busy life?
I think first of all, and I think we are all very lucky to be in the Sai fold and to have Swami with us. That being said, what I mean is the principles and values that we get from Swami and practicing in our daily life. So I think dharma, prioritizing that dharma of mine is one of, I wouldn't say a trick, but it's something that I practice. No, if you fulfill all your dharma, nothing will wave. You will always be grounded and stay connected. You have someone at the back of you to fall back to. And remember one thing, that dharma always changes from time to time. So if you're aware of that, there's nothing there to wave. You're all in one, and you know who you are, and that man behind will take care of everything.
You sound like you are in constant conversation with Swami, like he's your friend.
No, I think he's speaking through me. But I think for me, that's what I think is priority for me. Like, you know what you need to do and what's your dharma. And if you realize that, you know, that constant change, I think that there's nothing else could distract you.
So every time you come through this position of change or a crossroads where you have to make this decision, how do you do that? Like, are you going to stop and think, like, do you give yourself a space and think, okay, what would Swami do? That sort of a thing, or you just take a path, say, Swami, I'm taking this path, you guide me. You know, it's
the second one. It's where I'll make the decision. I'll be like, Swami, I'm going to do this now. Like, make sure you take care of it. And I'll just look at random places and I'll be like, Swami, take care of this. You know, like, just it could be anywhere, but I'll just randomly think Swami is there and I'll be like, Swami, just take care of this.
Yeah.
And you asked me a question on how do I like switch. I think it brings me to a story, you know, I think during the Atirudra Mahayagna in 2007 in Chennai, there was a group of Swami students who followed Swami to Chennai for the Yagna. And the reason why he brought all of them was for them to take turns and give a speech every day during the course of Yagna. So and then there was the student who his turn came to give speech the next day. And after dinner, and everyone was like having a chat, and Swami asked, what are you going to speak about the next day, like during the next day of Yagna? And then he told Swami, I would speak on you, Swami, as our guru. He told that. And then Swami asked, okay, so what is the meaning of guru? And then he told Swami, you know, guru means gu, beyond attributes, and ru means beyond forms. Then Swami said, did you ever come across anyone who is your guru? And he said, you, Swami. He folded his hands and he said, you, Swami. And Swami replied, no, I have a form. No, I have a rubam or something like that, he said, in Telugu. So then Swami was actually referring to the contradiction to the definition of guru, which he had chosen. So then Swami smiled and he walked away, and then he turned back and he asked, you know, after the conversation ended and everything, he turned back and he asked, I'm very sure all of you will have a lot of questions to ask. Ask me now, he said. Then that boy asked, Swami, what is the true meaning of surrender, which is Sharanagati in Telugu? And then Swami said, first you tell me what you have understood of the word surrender. And he said, of what little that I've read and what I know, or I heard from elders, it's basically offering everything to Swami, you know, and surrendering completely to him. And then Swami said, God does not want anything from you, sir. He said like that, no, like, I don't want anything from you. And he said, at every point in time, if you remind yourself, constantly remind yourself that I'm here and whatever that is happening for me is good for me, that means you have surrendered to me. So he continued to explain, then Swami continued to explain, he said, no, do you drive a car? Like, you asked me that question about how do I shift right now. So Swami actually explains this very, very nicely. He said, Swami asked him, so do you drive a car? And he said, yes, Swami, I drive a car. And Swami said, so how many gears are there in a car? And he said, 4, Swami, there are 4 gears in a car. And Swami said, okay, yes, first, the second, the third, and the 4th gear. And there's also a reverse gear, he told Swami. So now Swami asked, so now tell me, is there any problem when the car runs in the first gear? And of course, there's the first gear. And Swami said, so what about the second and third and 4th gear? Then he said, Swami, there's no problem if it runs in the first gear or the second gear, the third gear, or the 4th gear. Then Swami asked, so then what is the problem? And he didn't know what to answer. So he was just clueless. And then Swami said, the problem comes when there is a change of gears. So what do you do when you change gears in a car? And he said, Swami, I use the clutch. So correct. Swami said, so correct. So when you use the clutch, the change of gears becomes smooth. So similarly, these gears of front and back, you know, happiness and sorrow, stress, and then being back to calmness, peace, is like how we shift our gears in our car. And like that, our life continues. Yeah. So I think the problem comes when there's only a change or transition from happiness to sorrow and vice versa without using the clutch. So, and Swami said, the clutch in our lives should be this statement, he said, everything that happens to me is for good.
Surrender. Yeah, beautiful.
So I think when you ask me that how that, you know, shifting that gear, I think that clutch, you got to know how to come back and go back, come back and go back.
So that is beautiful, and that comes really nicely to what I wanted to ask next to both of you, which is about staying connected to Swami in times of uncertainty. And you've already given that answer that, you know, this clutch that we are talking about, or this transition between one gear to the other. Either to go faster or to go slower, we will need to change these gears, right? And 2020 has been such a turbulent year for everyone. Social norms, everyday routines, livelihoods have all been affected. For the students who are in this call, schools have shut, university courses are now being conducted online. For those who are working, a lot of people have got jobs who have lost jobs, who have got reduced salaries, so many uncertainties. So it is easy to fall into a spiral of questioning all this and negating spiritual connectedness in this time. I've had so many people who come and ask me, hey, where is God in all this, man? How can God allow coronavirus? What is Sai Baba doing when all these problems are hitting us? So I wanted to ask you, how is it, being connected to Swami, is it still important now more than ever, and why? Why do you think it's more important, more than ever now? Maybe Brother Tishan, you want to start since you're already on a roll there.
I think I totally agree with you. I mean, 2020 has brought in a lot of uncertainties, and especially during these unprecedented times. As you mentioned earlier, many people lost their jobs, schools got shut, education is at stake, and many of us are lost. We do not know what to do, and we're all demotivated on what's exactly happening. It's going to be a year, and 2020 is about to end. And I think it's times like this that you've got to go back to your principle and hold on to it, and to regain that strength. And when I say when I say this, what I mean is Swami. When I mentioned earlier, like Swami being the way of my life, it's not spiritual, or it's not Sai, or it's not career, it's not that education life. It's Swami being the way of my life. So I think when we have that confidence and we know that nothing can go wrong, and I think we'll be able to hold on to it like till everything settles, and they're having that thought, everything that happens for good, and there's a reason why it happens.
Fantastic. Sister Sitpa, maybe from you, and you have such great experiences to share, and I'm hoping you share some of the great stories. Can you share an anecdote from your life where Swami has been there with you, during a time of high stress or uncertainty? We would just love to hear your experience.
Actually, brother, it's easy to remember Swami when there's uncertainty. That's the easiest time. You know why? Because you don't know what to do. And so when you don't know what to do, you have got no control, and there's only fear. And to alleviate that fear, you turn to Swami and say, Swami, okay? And that is absolutely correct. But the idea is then to also remember him when there are no uncertainties, yeah? So when it's uncertain, it's absolutely important to remember Swami, because otherwise you go into fear, you go into anxiety, you go into depression. And when we are in that space, we are the least potent. We are not in our best. And when we are not in our best, we are not able to attract opportunities. And so I say this as something very important at this point in time to remember. It's so easy to slip into depression. But if you're in that space, you cannot attract opportunities. You cannot be your best. So this is where we bring in Swami and we surrender totally to Swami. It's like, a parent tossing a child in the air, and the child just goes up there. You talked about the cat and the monkey, and the baby is so confident that the parent will catch that child. So it's like that Swami will catch us from COVID. And if we fall, we also have full faith that we will have the strength to bear the fall, because that fall was necessary for our inner growth, for the whatever evolution that we were meant to take. So yes, I have had many, in fact, every day when I struggle before a hostile panel in court, I don't know what the outcome. I know what it should be in law, but I don't know what it would be because of who I'm before. And all I can do is put 100% effort into it and have full faith. And I say, I surrender to you because I've done my best. This is my dharma. This is my dharmic purpose. I will pick up the arrow. I will shoot the arrow, and the result is yours. When I left Screen, that was an old established firm I was with. And those days when you finish your career, you must go into a good job. And so if it was not government, it has to be big, multinational company or a big firm. And when I decided to leave that with Tommy Thomas in 2020, in 2000, that means it was 20 years ago, he had a 6-month sentence of imprisonment hanging over him for contempt of court. But he left, and he was my mentor, and I left with him. And that's all. There were just 2 of us and some staff. And if he went into prison, I would have to carry the baby and everything else. And it was a period of total uncertainty. All I had was my courage, because Swami gave me the courage that this was the right thing to do. He fought for the right principle. I am walking behind him. And I opened my arms and said, Swami, you just guide us. And everyone saw how he guided us. Who would have thought 20 years later or 18 years later, he would be Attorney General of Malaysia. So it is amazing what you get. What experience, whether a good result, that is about what you experience in fullness of a lifetime when you surrender. And when you surrender in full faith and give full effort, must have full effort with it, the experiences that come with it will just beget greater faith and beget greater surrender, and surrender becomes easier. And it just goes on like that. And life becomes beautiful regardless of what's going on out there, whether it's coronavirus. I know it sounds flippant to say whether we've been laid off or whether we're ill, but that is the richness of the experience that we are meant to undergo. And as Brother nicely said, it is all willed by Swami for the best. They are gifts in very strange wrapping paper.
Amazing, amazing. That's really nice. Gifts in strange wrapping papers. I'm going to remember that. Okay, so I would love for this to go on for a few more hours, but I'm at the top. I'm at 10 minutes to go, and I still got a rapid fire round I want to do with both of you, which I'm looking.
Oh no, can we quit that rapid fire?
No, that's important. But I do want to, I'm just looking at some question that's come through to me, and some of them have already been addressed through the rest. I'm going to skip those. But here's one I think it's important to ask, right? We spoke about uncertain times, and we speak about stressful times now. Managing your mental health is one of the most important things. You know, while technology has increased our connectivity and productivity, we can do this now because of technology, but humans are becoming lonelier and more lost in their pursuit of life during these times. And even without coronavirus, human life is becoming lonelier and lonelier, and we are becoming more and more lost. So I wanted to ask, maybe we'll start with you, Tishan. How do we give ourselves the important pick-me-ups or the reminder in between to re-energize? You know, how, if we are feeling lost, you know, what can I do now practically, you know, in my everyday life? What can I do as a pick-me-up?
Okay, to start off, I think you mentioned about the COVID-19 pandemic and all of that. You know, everything that happens to us are all temporary. There's nothing that's permanent. Even COVID-19 will one day resolve and things will go back. That will be a new normal for us. So I think it's very important to not take any major decisions, especially in these times of frustration or depression. It's very important to have self-control in all the decisions that we make. You asked me about pick-me-ups. I think most importantly is to zone out for some time. I think zoning out is very, very important for everyone, you know, especially in the midst of, you know, doing so many things in a day and getting so stressed. I think zoning out and stepping out of the margin for some time till you can get back on track.
That is your meditation, brother.
Exactly.
Meditating without knowing.
But not with my eyes half closed. Yeah. So I think that's very important. It just means as simple as, you know, your mind needs rest. That's all. So, and it's totally okay to take a break and to be with the right people at the right time. So just identifying the right time is very important. You know, when you need to zone out, you need to zone out.
Okay, thanks. And Sister Sipa, maybe to you, you know, you do a lot of programs with youth. You have children of your own that you are really close to, and you know, a lot of us can relate to you. And I think you would be good to give us a really good guiding answer for this. And I'm just thinking of people suffering with mental health issues, or a lot of sadness or loneliness or depression. Number one, how can we seek help if we feel there is too much stress in life? And number two, we as youngsters, or even just young adults in general, how can we be more empathetic, compassionate, and detect and provide help to people who we can see that who are suffering? Do you have any tips for us to do this?
Okay, so what has worked for me, and I later found out why it works, it's because it's related to release of hormones. And Brother can correct me if I'm wrong. Very important is to exercise. If you exercise, you get the hormones pumped up, the feel-good hormones. That's one kind of a hormone. If you can engage in service still, and it can be, from sitting in your home, and you can engage service, connect to someone older, do whatever. But in your little way, a service, it gives a feel-good gratification of being worthy, having a purpose, despite being locked up in your little home, right? That's very important. The third is actually self-improvement. In some way, if it's not every day, but whatever interval that suits you, find yourself doing something that self-improves yourself, yeah? And then you feel, I'm better today than I was yesterday. And that's a different type of hormone again. And finally, of course, if you can have contact, I believe I'm a huge fan of hugs and touch. So if you can in some way touch, and if you don't have anyone, physically living with you, even if it's a pet, not even if, but a pet is good, yeah? And if you have your family, I mean, throughout the CMCO was my hugs from my kids that kept me going, yeah? It's hugs or networking with friends, even online, having a meal together as we chat online. Just being connected is so important to the release of the hormones. And then just ask yourself, reflect, and this is part of reflect and recharge. Why am I feeling this way? What is it that's making me feel this way? Is it that I don't feel worthy, that I feel left behind? Is it important? Just keep talking to yourself, right? And talking to Swami. And the more you talk to Swami, you'll find that he becomes your best friend. And so my conversation with Swami can be, your brother said about how he just tells Swami, I'm doing it, you better back me up. For me, I'm lost. And before I can even ask him, the idea will come and I go, oh, Swami, that was a good one, or something will happen. I say, oh, Swami, cutie lah, Swami. So you have that relationship with Swami, and then you're never alone. You're really never alone. But finally, if after doing all this, there's just something that's overwhelming, and you really need help. There's so many akkas and annes and aunties and uncles. Reach out. You must reach out. We are always there, always there. In fact, waiting, because then it gives us also a purpose. It makes our life worthy as well, right? And so reach out to us. And Swami Ved, he was in Swami Rama's ashram, and we had the great privilege to have a little audience with him about 10 years ago. And I was struggling with anxiety, career, children. And I said, how, Swami, how do I, Swami Ved, this is, how do I manage this? I really, don't know how to manage this. And he said, take 2-minute meditations. And it can be what you do, brother, which is zoning out. That's fine. 2 minutes at intervals of the day. Just zone out, come back, zone out, come back. And before a big event, zone out, come back, zone out, come back. And that's how I have managed. I chant to keep me going. I plead with Swami. I really plead, Swami, I cannot do this. I cannot do this on my own. I'm struggling. You've got to help me. You've got to help me. And he will. He will. So a myriad of ways, but if to who to reach out, any of us really, who you feel comfortable with, who's not going to judge, and those who are speaking to them must not judge. And how do we identify if they've withdrawn themselves, if they're not their usual personalities? But this is important. If they've withdrawn themselves, it may not be because they're depressed. It could be that they're going into hibernation of an evolution of an internal spiritual nature as well. So again, no judgment. Just be there. Just be there. Sai Ram.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Akka. Tishan, would you like to add something to that, about stress management, how we can seek help or how we can identify and provide help?
I think differentiating times when you know that you need help is very important. Like, be able to distinct that point, I think I'll be needing some help, and getting help from the right people in the right time. I think we are, again, I'm telling you, we're all very lucky. We are all in this organization. People don't judge. There's so much of love that we all share among everyone. And I think if we can just walk up to someone, I can just walk up to any of the Annas or any of the Akkas that Anna, I'm having this problem. I'm facing this. How do I go about it? Everyone will feel free to to share and be there for us. And I think we are all lucky in that sense that we all have everyone and most importantly, Swami with us. So I think, but Akka has already mentioned everything. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much, everyone. And I think most of the questions from the crowd has also been addressed in some form. I wish we can keep talking, but we are coming to the tail end. So I want to have a rapid fire round. And and Sister Sitpa has been so worried about this rapid fire round that I'm going to allow you to go second, Akka. So you can already hear it one time from.
Okay, so I'm going to give instructions to all my minions. Please unmute and answer for me.
No. We are controlling that. Okay, so I'm sure you all know what rapid fire round is, right? Like Coffee with Karan, he just says one quick thing and whatever comes to your mind, immediately you respond. And my questions are going to be quite light. Some are heavy, but I want to hear what comes first to you. So Tishan, are you ready for your rapid fire round?
Yes, I am.
Okay, in one word, what is Swami to you?
Me.
Wow, okay, 100 points. Okay, number 2, the best thing about being a young adult.
Wow. My turn or Augustine?
Yeah, still you.
Yeah. I think the best part of being a young adult in the organization is having Swami with you all the time. Like there's nothing could beat that.
Okay.
Swami always says wifey when I'm here. So being a young adult in this organization, that's a privilege.
Okay. Complete this sentence. Ambition is
who I am.
Ambition is who I am. Okay. In 3 words, define success.
Ambition, ambitious, being yourself, and who you really are.
Wow. Okay, it's all about finding the self. Very good. Okay, this one a bit more of a tricky question for you. Mercedes-Benz or peace of mind?
Peace of mind and Mercedes-Benz.
Okay, bhajans or meditation? I know your answer.
Bhajans.
Yeah. The person you most admire?
My mom.
Excellent. Your favorite stress relieving activity?
Eating.
Okay, I thought zoning out. Okay, and
that's when I'm too stressed.
Okay, last one. One final sentence to all listening to you now.
I think most importantly, know your purpose and why are we all here. We all share the same place we live in, and knowing that whatever that we do, knowing the exact purpose with the right mindset, that we're not going to harm anyone, being selflessness and just keep going with that one objective. I think the world will be a better place. If everyone practices that, that selflessness, no ego. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Tishan. Thanks so much for being here today, despite your busy schedule. I know you are in a room in your hospital to do this. We really appreciate that. Thank you. But let's listen to Sister first. Okay. Akka, are you ready?
Swami, are you ready?
Okay, totally different questions, huh?
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding. Okay, Akka, in one word, what is Swami to you?
Swami is my best friend, my mirror. 2 words, sorry.
Okay, best friend, mirror. Okay. The best thing about being a youth or a young adult?
I'm not a youth, but what is the best is the vitality to be able to make a change.
Excellent. You are more youthful than many of us, Akka. That's why I asked you that. Complete this sentence. Ambition is?
Ambition is being the best human being I can be.
Awesome. In 3 words, define success.
Success is fulfilling my purpose.
Fulfilling my purpose. Amazing. Okay. Mercedes-Benz or peace of mind?
Peace. Then you don't have to take the Mercedes-Benz for repair.
Because you already have a Mercedes-Benz. Okay. Bhajans or meditation?
Meditation.
Meditation. Okay. The person you most admire?
At the moment, Jacinda Ardern.
Jacinda Ardern. Okay. Right. Your favorite stress relieving activity?
Some form of exercise and talking to Swami. Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
I exercise and talk to Swami.
Okay. And one final message to all listening now.
Hey, just be Be joyful. That's your birthright. Everything else is fluff and trinkets. Be joyful. Yes.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. We are at the top of the hour. Perfect timing. I had so much fun. I'm sure everybody listening had so much fun. Thank you so much, Sister Sitpa and Brother Tishan, for joining us. Thank you,
Thank
Sairam.
you so much for having me. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Thanks, Sairam.
Back to you all, MCs.
Oh, that was amazing. I am still
Refreshing.
in that zone. I'm not zoned out. I'm still in that zone. The three things that I would take back today is when Auntie Sitpa said, there really can be no surrender without faith. It is all interconnected. When Tishan Anne said, Swami says, don't worry, I am here. And when Vijay Anne started, he said, Swami didn't help me choose it, Swami chose it for us. So once we surrender our mind to God completely, He truly will take care of us in every way. That was an amazing forum session. So many insights to take back. I'm really honestly sure everyone feels the same. Thank you so much once again to Brother Vijay, Tishan Anne, and Auntie Sitpa. This was the perfect start to what is coming for all of us in the next few hours.
So, Sister Sohana, as an interlude, we have a little fun activity for everyone, all right? And some of us will have a chance to win and be crowned crossword puzzle masters.
Okay, faster.
So-
I have to stay focused. I want to win.
Without further ado, let us call upon Brother Harry to tell us how to play this game.
Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Sai Ram, dear brothers and sisters. Thank you very much for your patience. I hope the retreat is going so well so far. Right now, it's time to make the retreat as a treat. And for that, we're going to play a puzzle like they said. It's a crossword puzzle. It's nothing unusual about a crossword puzzle, but this one is going to be a unique one, I promise you. So let's pay attention to the details because the God is in the detail. Let us discover what this puzzle is going to be. The puzzle will be in two parts, and for you to be able to be crowned as the winner, you have to be able to attempt to both the parts, part 1 and part 2. Why? Because part 1 is going to be where you key in all your vertical answers, where you get all your vertical answers, and part 2 is where you're going to get all horizontal answers. So that is why you have to attempt both the parts. Now, for you to be able to attempt to answer these questions, you have to first ensure that you get all your answers in capital letters. And first of all, you have to first jot down all these answers for you to fill in later. For you to fill in the answers, you only will be able to answer this only at the second part of the puzzle. I repeat, only at the second part. So the first part, you have to ensure that you capture the questions and then you keep it with you and you jot down the answers when you get it. I promise you, we're going to give you ample enough time for you to be able to answer these questions. Right now, what's a bit challenging about this is the third point there. Each questions will be displayed to you only for 30 seconds. I repeat, only for 30 seconds. So what you got to do when the question is displayed to you, if you're able to figure out the answer immediately, then jot down the answer. But if you can't, worry not, you still can screenshot and keep it with you so that when we share you the QR code or the link for the answers to be keyed in, you can get it all keyed in at the final part of the crossword puzzle. Each question will be a tough one or could be an easy one actually, because we are already giving you the reference from where we are getting these questions. These questions, these clues, and the answers are all will be stated at the reference below that comes below the questions. So right now, I repeat, only 30 seconds, capture the question. And right now, let's start with the first question. So, at the age of 36, during the festival of something, Swami have asked his devotee, when you cannot reach down to your own reality, why waste time trying to explore the essence of God? The reference is there. We will share you the link of the reference in the chat box. You can refer to it. But make sure you screenshot the question if you did not get the answer yet. So we're going to move to the second question in 3 seconds. For down 2, when Swami was 31 years old, something was inaugurated by Swami on the hill behind the Nilayam. What was actually inaugurated by Swami at the age of 31? Right now, we can find out that when you refer to the link that is provided in the chat box. So make sure you capture this question if you didn't get it. Key in, you will only be able to key in at the second part of the question. Jot down the answer if you have it. Down 3, Swami carries something when he always performs a duty as a guardian after all his devotees goes to sleep. This question, you can find the answer when you type in Satya to Sai episode 26 in YouTube. Once you have the YouTube played, scroll to the 6th minute and 3rd second, and you will have the answer of what Swami actually carries. Screenshot the question if you didn't get the answer yet. And for down 4, at the age of 37, Swami inaugurated the factory of Rao Insulating Company at somewhere. Where was it? Refer to the link for you to have the answer. And make sure you jot down the answer somewhere for you to be able to key in when we give you the link at the second part of the crossword. And with 5 seconds to go, make sure you're able to get the answer or capture the questions. And for the final one, on the first part, on Swami's 35th birthday, he said, I shall not give you up, even if you keep afar, I shall not forsake even those who deny me, for I have come for all. Those who stay away and those who stray away will also be drawn near and something. Do not doubt this. What did Swami says? Don't doubt. Find out in that portion, that reference that will be given to you. Capture the question if you still haven't figured out the answer. So with that, I think we have completed the first part of the crossword puzzle. Remember, jot down the answers. The reference has been shared in the chat box, or the reference can be in YouTube, Satya to Sai. Make sure you Google it, make sure you search it and get the answer, and then keep it. When we share you the link at the second half, the second part of the crossword puzzle, you'll be able to key in. The fastest answer with the most accurate answer will be crowned as a winner. We promise you we'll give you ample enough time to figure out the answer. With that, see you at part 2. Jai Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. Thank you, Brother Hari, for this super fun activity. I'm sure everyone is ready for the next session. Brace yourselves because I guarantee stomach ache inclusive laughter with what we are about to show you. Are you ready? Brothers and sisters, it gives me great pleasure to thank Brother Prashant Menon for directing this sketch. Let's roll.
For so many years, I thought that there was something wrong with me, that I was the black sheep and I needed to change my personality. And after a lot of time and consideration, I realized who I was. I'm a
ஏன்டா பார்த்து சிரிக்கிற? அங்க யாரா இருக்க?
யாரும் இல்ல.
அப்புறம் ஏன்டா சிரிக்கிற?
How was the first part of the sketch, Brother Divanesh?
Can we actually see more of it, please, Sister Swana?
Not now, but we have a part 2 coming in. So let's wait for that. So now, we would love to thank Brother Prashant for the first part. We're loving it. And I'm sure with all the laughter, we need a break to get some water. But before that, young adults, brace yourselves for the next session because we have a yoga master, Mr. Jayakumaran Anasamy, all the way from India. Honestly, how lucky are we? So for this session, a reminder, please wear comfy loose clothes, pants and a t-shirt. Get yourselves a yoga mat, lay it out properly, come back in 10 minutes and your time starts now.
Awesome. That's completely. All right. Welcome back. Hope everyone is hydrated and ready for the next part of the afternoon. So, Sister Suhana, I've actually got my comfy clothes. I've got my yoga mat. But before all that, can I please ask you if we could just watch a little bit more of the sketch?
Yes, please, I'm waiting. Fast, fast, fast. All right, guys, let's watch it.
Ooh, can't wait.
இதுக்கு மேலையும் போலன்னா நானே கழுத்து பிடிச்சு வெளியே தள்ள வேண்டியதா இருக்கும். விடை தருவார் யாரோ
எனது கை என்னை அடிப்பதுவோ எனது விரல் கண்ணை கெடுப்பதுவோ அழுது அறியாத என் கண்கள் ஆறு குளமாக மாறுவதோ ஏனென்று கேட்கவும் நாதி இல்லை ஏழையின் நீதிக்கு கண்ணுண்டு பார்வையில்லை பசுவினை பாம்பென்று சாட்சி சொல்ல முடியும் காம்பினில் விஷம் என்ன கறக்கவ முடியும் பசுவினை பாம்பென்று சாட்சி சொல்ல முடியும் காம்பினில் விஷம் என்ன கறக்கவ முடியும் உடம்பில் வழிந்தோடும் உதிரம் உனை கேட்கும் நான் செய்த தீங்கு என்ன நான் செய்த தீங்கு என்ன
ஏன் சிரிக்கிற
Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry again, guys. We have to just keep the suspense going. So we got to tune into that later. And we're going to keep it a mystery to find out what happens in the final part of our sketch. So don't go
Alright.
anywhere. Stay here. And let's move on to our next session. Okay, so Brother Divinesh, what comes to your mind when you think of divinity? What does that word mean to you?
Oh dear, tough question, huh, Sister Sora? Divinity for me is something godly like angels, I suppose.
Okay. But I have a solution. You're going to know what divinity is. So for the next special session, it is truly an honor to introduce Mr. Jayakumaran Anasamy, a yoga master all the way from India. So a little bit about Mr. Jayakumaran. So Mr. Jayakumaran is born in Malaysia. Jaya is a certified Iyengar yoga instructor with over 10 years of teaching experience in India, Malaysia, and several European countries such as the UK and Portugal. His interest in Vedic studies and yoga has brought him to Rishikesh, India, where he has been living and teaching yoga for the last 4 years. Over 3,000 students have learned under his guidance by attending his workshops, retreats, drop-in classes, or even the Hatha Yoga TTC programs. His teachings are primarily focused on precision and the correct alignment of the body in asanas, including the usage of props to facilitate the execution of postures and thus making yoga accessible to everyone regardless of their physical condition or age. His great command of the Iyengar method to the meticulous precision and clarity of instructions allows the students not only a better understanding of discipline of yoga, but a deeper understanding of the inner mechanics of their body. Through correct practice, the self-created limits are broken down and the teachings go beyond the physical level, bringing the harmony of body and mind, which is the original purpose of yoga. So for the next part of our retreat, we'd like to invite you to internalize divinity and externalize how it feels and presents itself to you. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Jayakumaran Anasamy. It is all yours.
Sairam, brothers and sisters. First of all, thanks to brother Sairam, sorry. First of all, thanks to Brother Vijay Dore for giving me this opportunity to be part of your program. It's an honor. As I think Sohana, she gave an introduction about myself. I'm a Malaysian who's been living in Rishikesh for 5 years now, and I'm about to come back to Malaysia soon. My flight is in a week's time, so looking forward to be back in Tanah Air. Anyhow, right now I'm in Delhi. So Vijay called me and he said he wanted a session for this. So I said it will be a great pleasure for me to be part of this. So just before we start the practice of asanas, just to give a little bit of background of why, what is the purpose of yoga? Okay, so I'm going to quote from Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, which is written by Sage Patanjali, the expounder of yoga. So the ultimate purpose of yoga is to stop the fluctuations of the mind. Now, like I think Swami has also said, right, this mind is like a monkey mind. So to stop this fluctuation, yoga is given. And in Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, there are many methods are given to bring the discipline of mind. Now, why do we need to discipline the mind? Because then we can rest in our true self. And what is the true self? The true self is happiness. From time to time, we go away from this happiness. Now we have to constantly bring it back through our effort, through our practice. Now, where does asana come in this scheme? Okay. Now, the purpose of asana is not just merely contortion, to put your body in many good-looking postures to post in Facebook or Instagram, not this kind of things. But basically, why we do asanas is to bring the to bring discipline to the body, to bring stability to the body, which will help us in stabilizing the mind. The body and mind are interconnected. So when the body is not stable, the mind is not going to be stable. So that is the reason why do we practice asanas. This is on the spiritual aspect of it and the ultimate goal of it. But not, if we are not looking at the spiritual aspect of the practice, there's also the other side of it where we get physical benefit, psychological benefit, physiological benefit, where all the yoga asanas helps us to bring balance to all the systems that we have within us, the respiratory system, the muscular system, the cardiovascular system, and all the other systems that we have. So this is the purpose. And these are the benefits of practicing asanas. Now, for today's class, because we have limited time, so what I've decided to introduce you all to, maybe I think most of you would have done or heard of Surya Namaskar. It is 12-step method of practicing certain asanas in a continuous flow. The reason I've chosen this is because it gives a total body stretch. Okay, it gives a total body stretch, which I feel will be good. Sometimes we have one of the main thing that I hear from students who can't practice the limited of time. Sometimes even I have limited of time being a yoga instructor. Sometimes even I have limited time. So what I try to incorporate in my daily practice is to do at least few rounds of Surya Namaskar. So this is what we're going to do. We will do 6 rounds of Surya Namaskar together. If it's too much for you, you can take a break wherever you need. But I think you guys are fine. It's a youth program. Vijay said everyone is fit and fine. So I think we should be able to do 6. But when you start progressing, I would say on a daily basis, at least do 12 rounds of Surya Namaskar. Okay. I think without further ado, I will start now. If we have more time, then I will bring in some other asanas and we will end the class, end the session with a bit of relaxation. Okay. And please be on your mat. So I'm going to move on to my mat now. Okay. I'm going to give a side profile. Okay, the first 2 rounds I will do the series of asanas with y'all, and the subsequent 4 rounds I'm just going to give the instructions. Okay, now as some as it was mentioned in the introduction, that the style that I teach brings a lot of precision to the asanas. So there will be some instructions I will be giving in the asanas. Try to follow as much as you can. Okay, listen to your body, connect the movement with your breath, which is very, very important. So we want to bring the body-mind connection in our practice so that it's not a mechanical practice alone. It is a mindfulness. It becomes a spiritual subject, this practice of asanas. Okay, let's start. So I'm going to stand in this. I'm going to give you the side profile. Okay, I'm going to stand in a position called Tadasana. Okay,
yeah. We can't see above your shoulder, so if you can move the screen a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanks, Vijay. Okay, I'm going to stand in the position called Tadasana. This is the very first pose that we normally teach to beginners. Okay, it teaches us correct posture. It builds strength in the body, builds strength in the mind as well. So you bring your feet together, keep your hands by the side of your hips, keep your spine erect, keep your shoulders rolling back, get a nice expansion of the chest, bring your chin back, align the back of the head with the spine. Do not push your head forward. Nowadays, too much on social media, we have a habit of pushing our head forward, chin forward. So let's counter that through this posture. How do you do it? Roll the shoulders back, pull your chin back. Keep your facial muscles relaxed. So your body will do the work, most of the work, but keep your brain and the facial muscles passive. Now from here, bring your hands to Namaskar-asana, palms in Namaste, and then you're going to lift your arms towards the ceiling. Okay, and you arch back, as much as you can. If it's too much for your lumbar, keep your feet apart, and you can micro bend your knees if it's hurting your lumbar, and then arch back. Now inhale with an exhalation, you're going to fall into Uttanasana or Padahastasana. Different tradition might have different names, so don't get confused. Just be focused on the pose itself. How does it look? Now from here, you're going to step your right leg back and you're going to bring your right knee down. Okay, keep your hands right underneath the shoulder. The hips, you're going to tuck it down and you're going to push it forward. This will give a nice stretch to the hip flexor, this region. Okay, which gets tightened because continuously sitting and working, and especially nowadays we are in the lockdown period. Okay, this will help to stretch, to undo all the tightness that you're bringing to the hip flexor. Okay, breathe, roll the shoulders back, look straight ahead. Now inhale, exhale, step your left leg back, bring your feet together in a posture called Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, they call it in English. Okay, helps you to strengthen the arms, helps you to keep the spine lifted, and it also brings some calmness to the mind. Straighten your legs. It's a total body stretch as well, this particular pose. Now from here, you're going to go forward. I think you know this pose called plank pose. It will also help to strengthen the wrist. If you have some wrist injury, you can bring your knees down. If you're fine, hold it, roll the shoulders back, be with your breath. Be with your breath. Now bring your knees down and bring your chest in between your palms. Bring your chest in between your palms. Clip your elbows to the sides of the trunk. Now inhale, lift your trunk up to a pose called Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. This will help to strengthen your back as well as gives the expansion of the chest. Anything to do with chest opening helps to lift up the mood. If you feel down and things like that, this will be helpful. Look straight ahead. Do not let the chin to fall forward once again. Chin back. Now lift yourself up once again to downward facing dog. Now you're going to step your left leg forward and you're going to drop your right knee down like what you did earlier. Keep your spine erect, lengthen the spine. Tuck your tailbone. Now step your right leg forward. Fold into Uttanasana or Padahastasana. Inhale, lift yourself up. If you can arch back, and then bring your hands to Namaskar-asana and Tadasana. Okay, so this is one side of the first round. Now we'll go to the next side. So Tadasana, Namaskar, lift the arms up, arch back. Now exhale, fold. Hands by the side of your feet. Of course, if you have lower back, be cautious. You don't have to completely go down. You can always take, like if you have a stool or a block, you can even opt to do something like this. If you have lower back issue, don't force yourself. If you have yoga blocks, you can always use yoga blocks. Okay, you can make use of the things which you find at home also. Now from here, you're going to step your left leg back, followed by the right leg, to downward facing dog. Feet together, or you can even keep the feet apart, doesn't matter. Now from here, you're going to slide forward to plank position. Do not let the pelvis to dip, keep the pelvis lifted, keep the thighs engaged. So they help to strengthen the legs as well. Roll the shoulders back, take your stomach in. Now from here, drop your knees and bring your chest in between your hands. Now slide forward to Bhujangasana, Cobra pose, roll the shoulders back. Now here, pull the trapezius down, lengthen the sides of the neck. If you can look up, look up. If it's not creating any discomfort on your neck, look up. If it's not so comfortable, look straight ahead. Now lift yourself up to downward facing dog. Now you're going to step your right leg forward, drop your left knee, tuck your tailbone, push it forward. When you push, then you get a bit of a deeper stretch. If not, you don't really feel the stretch. So push it a little bit deeper. Now step your left leg forward, fold into Uttanasana. This has got also calming effect. Any forward extension, it has got calming effect in the brain. But whenever you get a chance, try to hold it longer. Now inhale, come up, arch back, and then exhale, come back to the center, and then Tadasana. Okay, so we finished one round. We will do this two more times. Okay, I'll face you this time. Stand in Tadasana. Namaskar. Lift the arms up, arch back, and fold. Now step your right leg back, drop your right knee down, keep your spine lifted, lift your sternum, the lower sternum, take it to the upper sternum, roll the shoulders back. Now step your left leg back, downward facing dog, get a nice stretch on the arms, on the legs, on the spine. Use your hips, pull the hips up, keep your head in between your upper arms. Now bring your knees down, forward, slide forward, then bring your knees down, bring your chest in between your hands, palms, and slide forward to Bhujangasana. When you're sliding forward, your pubic bone should remain on the floor. Do not lift it off the floor, off the mat. Now from here, lift yourself up to downward facing dog. Step your left leg forward, drop your right knee down, look straight ahead. Now step your right leg forward, fold, and come up, arch back, and back to the center, and Tadasana. Okay, one more time. Namaskar. Lift the arms up, fold, step your left leg back, drop your left knee down, look straight ahead, and push your hip flexor forward, look straight ahead. Now step your right leg back. Now bring your upper body, lower body slightly forward, bring your knees down, chest down, arch forward. Get a nice chest opening, guys. Brothers and sisters, get nice opening on your chest. Move your shoulder blades into the chest. Lift your lumbar away from the pelvis. And then lift your body up once again. Now step your right leg forward, drop your left knee down, and then step the left leg forward. Inhale, come up, arch back, hands to the heart center, and by the side of your hips. Two more rounds, okay? Tadasana, Namaskar, lift the arms up, arch back. I hope you have already got the hang of the steps now. See if you can do it by yourself also. I will still guide you, but see if you can remember the steps. Uttanasana, step your right leg back, drop your right knee down, look forward, get a nice deep stretch, and then from here, step the left leg back. Now lean forward, slide forward, bring your knees down, bring your chest down. Now arch forward, and then come back up. Now step your left leg forward, right knee down, lean forward slightly, step your right leg forward, inhale, come up, arch back, namaste, and to the center. We can do it fast, it doesn't need to be slow all the time. Namaskar, lift the arms up, arch back, fold, left leg back, left knee down. Step the right leg back, bring your trunk forward, drop your knees down, bring your chest forward, inhale, lift up, look up. Now come up once again. Step your right leg forward, drop your left knee down, step your left leg forward, inhale, come up, arch back, Namaskar, Tadasana. Okay, we have done 6 rounds, or I would say 3 sets. So slowly as you progress, try to increase the number of sets that you do on a daily basis. Okay, take precaution. If you have lower back, I've given the alternative ways. If you have wrist problem, use the alternative ways. Don't force yourself. Now, just to recover from that series, keep your feet apart. Okay, you're going to interlock the elbows. All right, arch back a little bit and then fold forward. Do not shake your body, just fold forward and stay there for a minute. Catch your breath. Be connected with your breath. Take some long exhalations. Take some long exhalations. If you can, change the interlocking of your elbows. If you're not getting it, it's okay. Just remain where you are. Okay, inhale, slowly come up. Now we have about 10 more minutes, or 15, yeah, 10 more minutes. So I'll introduce some asanas which we can practice independently of the Surya Namaskar. The first one that I want to introduce is a balancing pose called tree pose, Vrikshasana. It's pretty simple. I will show, we can do together. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift my right leg up, okay? And the sole of the right foot, I'm going to place it on the inside of the left leg, okay? On the center part of the inner thigh. So it should not come forward, it should not go backward, all right? So I'm going to place it on the center part of the inner leg. Okay. Now, once I've done that, this right knee, I'm going to bring it back so that it becomes aligned with my hip without, without tilting my hip to one side. So my hip is still facing forward, but the leg is moving so that I can get some deep stretch in my hip region, groin region. Okay, the hips should not go upward, the hips should come downward. This standing leg has to be firm because you're only standing on one leg, so keep it very firm. How do you keep it firm? We say press the entire 4 corners of your foot. All right, tuck, lift the sides of the trunk, roll the shoulders back, pull the trapezius down. This is the trapezius muscle, pull it down. Keep your chest well lifted. So you see here, as I said in the beginning, the physical benefit will be you get hip opening, you get strengthening of the legs, you get chest opening, so your breathing is enhanced. The psychological benefit, deeper benefit is it helps you with concentration. Okay, this pose, the balancing poses basically help you with concentration. So what you can do is pick a point in front of you, doesn't need to be too far, maybe the floor in front of you, but pick a point which is immobile, bring your hands to Namaste and stay for at least 8 breaths in the beginning. Okay, 5 to 8 breaths. All right. Of course, if there is a lot of challenge in balance, you can always take the support of the wall. No problem at all. No competition. Okay, when the time comes, it will come. Now, for those who find this approachable, doable, what you can do, bring your arms upwards to Urdhva Hastasana. You can even join the palms together to Namaskar. So one pose for concentration. Stay for 5 to 8 breaths. When you're doing, if you're taking your arms up, make sure not to compress your neck. That shouldn't happen. Now slowly bring your arms down, leg down. Now let's switch to the other side. Let's switch to the other side. Your left leg up. Okay. Remember, you align the knee. You align your knee with the hip. You bring the hip down. You keep your spine erect, shoulders roll back, and join the palms together. Yeah. One way of stabilizing, if you find you are tilting to one side, you're pushing out to one side, the outer part of your standing leg thigh and the sole of your lifted foot, press them against each other like a sandwich. Okay? this outer part of the thigh and the foot, sole of the foot, press them against each other. Now palms in Namaste. If you can, take your arms further up. Pick a point in front of you and concentrate. Pick a point in front of you, concentrate. Look at the floor or look at anything which is immobile. Don't pay attention to me because I'm mobile, I'm moving around, so I will be a great distraction. Okay, exhale slowly, bring your leg down. Now, the next asana which I want to introduce. Now, lots of work on the computer, lots of sedentary lifestyle, too much of tension which happens in this region. So let's do something which will be which help to release the tension in the neck, what you call a shoulder region. Very simple asanas. I'll show. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to interlock my fingers. When I interlock at the root. Okay, it is called Bandanguli asana. Now here what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my hands back and I'm going to interlock at the back. I'm going to interlock my fingers at the back and then I'm going to roll the shoulders back. I'm going to push the knuckles down or downwards and then I'm going to take my arms upwards. Now as I'm doing that, you see my head tends to go forward. So again I got to control and then I got to pull my trapezius downward and I keep taking my arms upward. This will help to release the tension which has built up in the shoulder region. Anyone can do. You can introduce this to your parents, to your uncles, aunties, elderly people who need all these things to release the tension in the shoulder region. Do this. You can stay for a longer period of time. We have limited time, so we will switch. Now, we want to bring balance. Yoga is also about, Hatha Yoga is also about bringing balance to right and left side. So when I interlock, you see the left pinky finger is on the loose end. Now I change the interlocking of the fingers. I just go flip one side up and then I continue. If you're too bored of doing this, you can do compound asanas. You know, sometimes we have compound exercises in gymnasium and all that in gym. So we can do this and I can combine. Why not? I can do this. Okay. I can also do this while doing, while doing this, I can even do this. Okay, I can combine a couple of asanas together. So 2-in-1, like a combo meal. We create a combo meal with the asanas. Okay, so this is to release the tension. I'll show you one more. This is a bit more challenging. Attempt it, see if you can do it. You're going to bring your hands in Namaste with the fingers pointing down at the sacral bend here. And then you're going to flip your fingers up. And then from here, you're going to slide your hands as high as possible, as much as you can. Okay, and then you're going to roll the shoulders back and you push the palms towards each other. This will help to strengthen the wrist, stretch the wrist as well, and also working on the upper back region. But then it requires a bit more of flexibility. If it's too much, please do not force. You can always hold on to the elbows. Okay, just do this for a couple of breaths. Yeah. Now exhale, slowly release. I'll show you quickly one more asana just to work on the lumbar, to bring elongation to the spine. As I said earlier, if you have lumbar problem, do not force. But instead of going completely down, so basically what I'm doing, I'm stepping one leg forward, one leg back. Let's say this is my right leg forward, left leg back. I square my hip, I keep them level. Now instead of me going all the way down, what I can do is, I have a cushion here, I can bring my hands here. So this will give a nice traction to my spinal region without creating any, what we call undue pressure on the lumbar, on the spine. And from here, I can even walk to get further extension of the spine. When the flexibility comes, when there's no more pain, then you bring your hands down and then attempt to bring your head towards the shin bone or the knee or shin bone. The shin bone should be better, but see how much you can. Okay, keep lengthening. Forward extension, the benefit is it is good for, as I say, to release pain on the lumbar region because it brings extension if you do it correctly. Apart from that, it has got a quietening effect on the mind. Mr. Iyengar, the founder of BK Iyengar Yoga, he will normally say stay at least for 2 minutes in forward extension because you will find the results after that, at least for 2 minutes. Today we don't have time. Now quickly switch to the other side. Okay, and help to release the head, because that's when the quietening effect to the mind comes. I can share something because Vijay is here, reminds me of Maxi's days with Vijay. When I used to get stressed up about work, I used to run to the toilet. I used to do this for 2 minutes and then come back a bit refreshed, but not in front of the toilet bowl for sure. Square your hips and then go. On the other side, breathe. And then you can come up, okay, and bring the legs back to it. Okay, one more pose, and then we go into Shavasana, the relaxation pose. Okay, this is called bridge pose or Setu Bandha Sarvangasana in Sanskrit. Okay, I recline back, I bend my knees, I can hold on to the ankles, I roll my upper arms from in to up, and I push the feet, down, and I keep lifting the hips away from the floor. Okay, then I slide my thumb or the webbing of the finger and the index finger under the sacrum to give a nice lift on the chest. The face should remain parallel to the ceiling. So here, it's an excellent pose to recover, to regain your stamina, we can say, or to rejuvenate, because it gives a nice chest opening, but at the same time, the facial muscles, the brain becomes passive. So it has got an energizing effect on the body, it has got a quietening effect on the mind. Try to incorporate this pose at least for 5 to 10 minutes a day in your practice. If you have a block, if you think too much of an effort to keep your hands under, you can put a block under your sacrum correctly and then stay. Okay? I'm holding you for at least 1 minute. It's called bridge pose, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. And now you can slowly come down. I think everyone should be acquainted with this pose called Shavasana. I'm standing, but imagine I'm lying down. My legs are going to be kept together, and then I'm going to drop my feet. So I create a little bit of space in between my legs. And then my arms, which I'm keeping beside, I take it out slightly. So the arms and the legs should not be thrown far away from the body. So keep them close, not pretty close, that is too tense. Keep them away. So basically what we want, the entire limbs of the body, we want to relax them. We have worked on them, we have made them to work. Now let them relax. You know, the mind becomes relaxed when the body is completely relaxed. So let's tap the body. That is the grossest level that we have, the gift that universe, God has given to us. So let's tap the gross body. And then from there, we go into something subtler. Let's not work on the subtle part first. So let's use the gross part. That's why asana comes in the, if you know about Ashtanga Yoga, the 8 limbs of yoga, asana comes in the 3rd part. Asana, then pranayama, and then pratyahara, withdrawal of senses, then dharana, concentration, dhyana, meditation, then samadhi. So these are the stages that you have to go through. So that's why asana is not a contortion, it's not for physical benefit alone. It's a byproduct. Physical health will come, that is a byproduct, but it's just a opening for us to go to the higher consciousness, or whatever you address it as. Completely relax the arms, completely relax the legs, relax the shoulders, relax the hips, relax the feet. Now, from the physical body, now come towards the facial muscles. Keep your face absolutely relaxed. Keep your eyes relaxed. Keep your ears relaxed, the inner ears. Relax the nose. Relax the lips, relax the tongue. Let the tongue rest on the lower palate. Relax the jaw. If there is any saliva accumulating, swallow it. Relax the throat. Relax the organs of action, the karmendriyas. Relax the organs of perception, the jnanendriyas. Relax all of them. Completely relax them. Relax. Once they are relaxed,
Once you feel you're completely relaxed, slowly bring your awareness to your breath. Be aware of the flow of the breath. Be aware of the flow of the breath. Once you feel you are quite acquainted with the flow of breath, you can also observe the sound of the breath. You don't have to do everything now. See what you want to do now, the flow of the breath. Or even if you want to be aware of the body, body is relaxed, absolutely fine. If you want to go to the breath, go to the breath. If you want to go to the senses, go to the senses and tell them relax. Wherever you feel you're not relaxed, just give suggestion, relax, relax, relax. One of the sutras written by Sage Patanjali says the practice has to be Dirgha Kala, long time. And I think we all believe in many lives. I believe in that very clearly, very strongly. So this is maybe this life is a lifetime of work. So let's continue practicing, keeping that in mind without putting any pressure on us. Now, slowly move your fingers, move your feet, bring your legs together, hands together towards the body. Bend your knees, turn to your right side, make a pillow with your right hand, keep your left hand beside your face, push your left hand, gently come up to a seated position. Do not straightaway open your eyes. Do not straightaway open your eyes. Remain in that quietness. Some quietness, even not much, some quietness should have come from the practice. Some stability, some quietness. Be in that quietness, be in that solitude for a moment. Spirituality is solitude, being in solitude. So be in that solitude for a moment. Now when you're ready, let us express our gratitude to Swami for giving us this opportunity to practice together. Let us express our gratitude for being able to have an able body and mind to practice. And also let us send our prayers to those who are less fortunate, who are affected by whatever that's happening in this world, so that there is peace in them. And let's end the class with 3 rounds of Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope I didn't overshoot. Sorry, I tried to. Thank you. Even though I didn't get a chance to see all the participants, but I think we are virtually connected. That was something different, something new to me as well. Yeah, thank you, Darshana. Thank you once again to Sohana, Divanesh, and again my good friend, my best student, Mr. Vijay Dorai. Hope to see you back in Malaysia soon. Everyone, namaste.
Thank you very much.
Namaste. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you so much, Mr. Jayakumaran.
So much.
Thank you.
It was really amazing.
Miss Rakesh.
To learn so many vasanas. It was really good. And I'm sure everybody here wants to probably unmute and tell you thank you. So from all of them, thank you so much. That was really calming and peaceful. And I really feel so centered. So thank you.
Lovely to hear. This is why I love my job.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. It's really good.
But for that, what it brings to us, and that motivates us, and even for that little moment, that spark of divinity, Mr. Iyengar says, this is the spark of divinity. You know, when you are immersed in bhajans, the quietness that comes to your mind. So the quietness of mind is not only through asanas. Asana is one of it, by bhajans, by kirtan, by contemplating on Om. So there are many methods. So let's see what is the method. But asanas helps us to also keep the body fit, which is also important to get us moving in daily life. So I don't want to take much of your time. I know you have further program. All the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jumpa lagi. Jumpa
lagi.
Okay, thank you.
So young adults, welcome back. And I know everyone is probably really grateful for the yoga session. So let's go have some water. because after this, we have a little activity that awaits you. So let's just have a 2 minutes break and then we'll start with our little activity.